So this is part 2 of the Philco Predicta G4710 Tandem Penthouse TV on a wire video. I got it here outside and I'm working on it because the plastic breaking down on the screen and wire absolutely reek with a chemical, nasty plastic smell, and I would not have this inside for anything. Guess there is a way to kind of clean these up and keep them clean, and it cuts down on the odor, but you just have to continually clean them. The fix was fairly simple. There's a wire wound fusible sand resistor right there that's that one right there. It's a 5.6 ohm and it's totally open. What I did when I fired this up was I put my amp meter across it, and it's running about 3/4 of an amp, which seems about right because on the output of the doubler it's supposed to be 280 milliamps, so it should be about double that. High voltage is a little low. Measuring it right there on the bottom of the rectifier, it's about 9 to 10 kilovolts. It says here it should be 14 to 15, so this thing still has a lot of original capacitors in it. A lot of these bumblebee wax, guess that's a resistor there. Someone replaced 100K at 1%. This old Japanese capacitor here, some paper. It does have some new orange drops in it. It also has quite a few bumblebees on the deflection board left, and I picked all of them up yesterday at the electronics store, but this is not my set and I need to get authorization because, as you guys know, these things are not cheap. This is about $40 worth of capacitors at today's prices sitting here. The set is very dim. Probably adjust the vertical hold and kind of slow that down. Also, that looks like arcing noise in the picture, and you can hear it arcing inside this connector, and that could be why the high voltage is low. Maybe it's overloading, it's leaking so bad in there. I guess I could put a signal on it and see what it does. I don't really want to be bothered though until I get authorization that the owner wants to fix it. B plus is running at 260, it's supposed to be 270, that looks good. Filter caps are staying cold. So we have the dim picture and we have the arcing. I might try putting a signal to it. Pretty sad. You can see all that. It's like high voltage noise from the arcing and the plug in there. The video's all washed out. You can't make out really anything. You can just make out that there's human objects there. Super dim. This is kind of interesting. The trying to see where it might be arcing from, and it's all potted and glued together. The high voltage cable is shielded, as well as there's two other shielded coax wires in here. So I took that connector all apart and I cleaned all the kind of gooey, sticky, decomposing plastic film off of everything and blew it out real good and cleaned off both sides of the connector, and it got rid of the arcing. It's totally quiet now, and we have a fair picture here. It's kind of blurry, but the blurriness almost looks like it could be coming from the plastic lens, but it's I guess you could say it's kind of watchable.
Introducing two new comedies, Ben and Kate. Oh, hey, Kate, and The Mindy Project.
Your life is not a romantic comedy. I'm very fun!
Plus, the return of two of television's best, Raising Hope and New Girl.
Intrigue. Mama Lake.
Laugh at Fox off starting Tuesday, September 25th. Or on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised.